Welcome to this video on port forwarding. In this series about computer world terminologies and concepts, we will explore how to redirect network traffic from one location to another. Port forwarding is an essential networking technique that allows you to access services running inside your private network from the internet. Let's dive in and understand this important concept. Port forwarding is a networking technique that redirects incoming network traffic from one address and port to another address and port. In simple terms, it acts as a digital mailman that takes messages arriving at one location and forwards them to a different location. A common use case is allowing external devices to access services running on computers inside a private network through a router or firewall. This is how you can connect to your home computer from anywhere on the internet. Here is how port forwarding works in practice. An external device on the internet sends data to your router on port 808000. The router receives this traffic and automatically redirects it to your local machine running a service on port 5000. The external device doesn't need to know about your internal network structure. It only communicates with your router's external port, and the router handles all the forwarding behind the scenes. There are many practical applications for port forwarding. Gamers use it to host multiplayer game servers that friends can connect to from anywhere. System administrators use it for remote access, allowing them to connect to computers and servers from different locations. Internet of Things devices, or IoT devices, can be made accessible over the internet using port forwarding, enabling you to control your smart home devices remotely. These are just a few examples of how port forwarding improves connectivity and accessibility. There are three main types of port forwarding. First, static port forwarding permanently routes a specific port to a fixed internal address. This is the most common and straightforward method. Second, dynamic port forwarding routes traffic based on runtime conditions and can change destinations based on the situation. Third, UPnP, or NATPMP, allows applications to automatically request port forwarding from the router without manual configuration. This is convenient because applications can set up their own port forwarding when needed. Understanding port forwarding requires knowing four key components. The external IP address is the public IP where your router receives incoming connections from the internet. The external port is the specific port number visible to the internet. The internal IP address is the private IP of the target machine on your local network. Finally, the internal port is the actual port where the service is running inside your network. Together, these four components define exactly how traffic gets routed from the internet to your internal services. Port forwarding comes with security risks that you should understand. When you expose a port to the internet, you are essentially opening a door to your internal network, which exposes internal services to potential internet attacks. This is why strong passwords and authentication are absolutely necessary. Additionally, port scanning tools can identify which ports you have forwarded, revealing your setup to potential attackers. To mitigate these risks, follow best practices like using non-standard ports when possible, implementing a VPN or SSH tunneling for additional encryption, and keeping your software updated and patched with the latest security fixes. If port forwarding seems too risky for your use case, consider these alternatives. A VPN, or virtual private network, creates a secure encrypted tunnel for all your traffic, offering better security than direct port forwarding. SSH tunneling provides encrypted forwarding over the SSH protocol, making it ideal for secure remote access. Cloud services and third-party hosting platforms offer external access without exposing your network directly. Each option balances security, complexity, and accessibility differently, so choose the one that best fits your needs.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.